Hi guys, this is Divara Daminova. We're not tired yet. Sammy is here. Answer all our mortgage related questions. And the biggest question I have from the clients, they're so afraid to get qualified because the lender is actually going to pull their credit and they're afraid that it's going to ruin their credit score. Sam, can you please explain me, when you get pre-qualified people, how it affects their credit score and what does it do? Can you actually qualify without pulling their credit?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So the reason behind why we have to pull the credit is because, number one, we got to see what your score is. So we have to pull the credit report in order to check and see what your score is. And that determines what your rate's going to be. That determines, specifically your qualification for everything. So, and the other thing we have to get is all your liabilities, which show up on your credit. So that's why we have to get a complete credit report. And the about why people are hesitant about having it pulled, there's not really a reason to be hesitant about it being pulled, because number one, it's necessary in order to get pre-approved. The second thing is that your score is not really going to drop that much, and we're talking about anywhere from 2 to 5 points, and usually not more than that. And the better your credit is, the less drop it will be.
So I just wanted to add that you never know what your debts are, because at the time of purchase, when we were purchasing, Sam pulled my credit and it came out that I had one traffic ticket that I was not aware of, that actually my credit score dropped so much because of that traffic ticket that I didn't pay, and it went on collection. And that's very important. A lot of people say, I know what my debts are, do not pull my credit. The lender will never know complete picture unless the lender pulls your credit and sees everything. Plus all that hidden, a lot of times it comes that people have medical bills that they were not aware of and they went to collection. So
the other thing to consider is if you're doing your own monitoring, meaning you have like a consumer monitoring system, like through your credit card company or whatever, you're probably only monitoring one credit bureau, and there's actually 3 credit bureaus. So if you're not actually monitoring all 3 of them, you don't know the history of all 3 of the credit bureaus. And the other thing is, if you're pulling your own credit score on the consumer side, it's never going to be the same as what a real mortgage credit report shows, because we're pulling directly from the credit bureau, so we're getting the real scores. And also we're getting all the credit information for all 3 credit bureaus. And so if you think you don't have a collection on because you're checking your consumer credit report just with one credit bureau, there's 2 other credit bureaus you're not monitoring. And so when we pull the credit, sometimes in her situation, it was only shown on one credit bureau. And so by pulling the credit, it actually lets us see everything. And it's better to do it sooner rather than later. So we can kind of fix those things that show up on the credit report prior to you actually getting under contract. So that's why we always need to pull credit, because we want to double check everything to make sure everything's good and that you're actually okay to buy. And
so get your credit pulled, get ready, and hire a professional lender to do so.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.